Good late morning, T-Speaker 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. On this fall back, we had our clocks put back 1 hour, so it feels later than it is. So I wanted to go over the state of the crypto real quick because it's urgent. So real quick, and then I'm going to let you guys go. We're not going to talk about any swing trades. We're just going to talk about the state of crypto because sometimes we have to know what's going on. Yesterday, we talked about exactly what was going to happen. 100% nailed this. We said it was going to come up to 2.75 trillion and then make up its mind. And guys, right at this very moment, we called this 100% accurately less than 24 hours ago. You know, we've had a nice little run up, and this is exactly what we thought was going to happen. Now we got to see, can we break through this on the total crypto market cap? Because this is the feel of the whole crypto market. Are we going to start trading back between here and ultimately come back into here? That's what we have to see. So we've done our job. Now are we going to come up here and push up? Or now that we've come up here, are we just going to start trading like this and then ultimately prove that that's resistance? We don't know. We have to watch it very carefully, but right now we're right on that point. Bitcoin dominance has come down a little bit. We talked about how it was on a head and shoulders for the past few days, and it's continuing on this path. So now we're probably going to have to come down to about 42 on the Bitcoin dominance and then continue from there. We've fallen through our moving averages. This is very bearish right now. But now we have moving averages that are up above, so we might have a chance to recover this, but we're going to have to catch it in the lower time frames. We might be starting to right now. We'll keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance chart. The BITL ended the week down 0.10% at 39.26. It's been a very big disappointment for ones who are in it. To me, it's very condescending for anybody who buys crypto to be in that garbage because you're putting the money back into the stock market and the Dow and the ETF. Instead of putting it in crypto, and there's been $3 to $5 billion already put into the pro shares. That would have, even more than that, it's exceeding that now, probably 10 to 15, if not more now, because it's been a few weeks. But that's directly taking out of the crypto market. So 5, 10, 15, $30 billion, is that a lot? Well, that's not in our independent altcoins, which leads to them not running like they should. Tether, again, it's been bouncing my uptrend for the better part of 2 months. And we're trying to push up to the next level now. When we break up, we have to get through this area right here we've talked about a lot, and we just can't seem to do it right now, that 34.67. So right now we're back on support, given time for Bitcoin and some of these altcoins to pump. And I expect it at some point to keep riding up this, but it's been riding this for a long time. So usually when you have this kind of ride on the support, you'll have a big breakup all of a sudden where it'll just be like in an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours a day. It'll just go right up to your target. So that's what we're watching with the Tether. There's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and with Bitcoin, we're over 62,000. We talked about how we had one of two choices yesterday that could happen, and we're still playing it out right now. We're trying to see what we want to do. And for all intents and purposes, we could get this out of the way and move it over just a little bit so we can see what we're talking about. But this still can come all the way out. We don't know where this is going to end, but when this breaks down, if it doesn't break up past here, which would get us to the 65,000 range, we're going to break down in a big way. So that's why we have that there. We have to keep that there to see when we break outside or break above. And we can keep moving it over because we're in sideways consolidation. Nobody knows the exact time when we're going to have this pump or dump, but something tells me we're not quite finished yet, and we've got to finish some of these double top formations here to finish this before we can crash. That's why I keep saying I don't like to say dates, because the only thing that a date can do is make people say, hey, you're wrong, you didn't hit the date dead on, but forget everything else technicals. So you got this kind of sideways, a little bit down consolidation. I would not be surprised if we ended up here and we did kind of a wing and then failed and poured out the cup. That's what I am anticipating, something like that. Now, obviously, we don't know if we're going to have this and before we wave up. But I think when it's all said and done, we're going to start to see something like this. And it's going to end up being, and then it's going to pour out. I think something like that is probably more realistic than not. We went to an all-time high, and it just seems a little weird that we wouldn't go back up and touch that all-time high. That's just my feeling. But if we can't break over, and this is what I keep saying, this 66.2991 or 62.991 is becoming ultimate resistance. Eventually, it's going to have to come back down here if it can't get on top side and ride up. So there's a lot going on. So I hope this update helped. Pay attention. Make sure to hit that like button. It really does help.